Don't look so poised.
Okay, it's September 22nd, 2007. I'm David Cherchinsky, the nephew of Mary Ann Comer, and with me is Dean Comer. I'm going to ask some questions. Now, it looks like I'm going to be running out of batteries soon. Okay, what's your earliest memory?
Wearing high shoes at kindergarten class in Franklin School in East Chicago.
Were you born?
Indiana.
You were born in East Chicago?
I was born in the harbor.
St. Catharines?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. No, I was born at home.
Born at
I was
home?
born at home.
Okay. And where did you guys live?
In East Chicago, right?
No, you lived in the harbor and on Deodore?
Yeah, East Chicago, the harbor was the same thing, really, you know.
East Chicago.
East Chicago.
I'm trying to think. Whereabouts?
Evergreen Street.
In near Kosciuszko Park or far from that? or-
No,
way south,
Okay.
near the lake.
So you were in kindergarten?
Mhm.
Wearing high heels?
High shoes, high.
Up to here.
No. Everybody else wore like little shoes, you know, but I had to wear over the ankle shoes,
Okay.
and I hated it.
Why's that? Why'd you have to wear over the ankle? Oh,
My
because
mother,
they
thought
wrapped up.
Yeah.
Was it a Catholic school, private?
No, private. I mean,
public
regular,
school?
Public school.
Did they wear uniforms back then?
I don't remember that.
Okay. And the three, are you the oldest of the daughters?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the three of you lived in East Chicago somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
Four
Okay.
of us.
No, the girls
No,
weren't-
Joanne.
The girls weren't born in East Chicago.
Yes, they were.
Black Oak.
Well, Joanne was born in Black Oak.
Were they all born in the house?
That I don't remember. You have to ask them.
Okay, so the kindergarten. That's your first memory.
That's
Did
my
you,
first memory.
did you like school? Did you like
Oh,
kindergarten?
I loved school.
Did you remember? Did you go 5 days a week? Were they half days?
5 days, so as far as I remember.
Okay.
Like I said, that's the biggest. I don't know why I remember the shoes, but I do.
Yeah, it's
Because
weird
my mother
things to remember.
insisted that I wear them.
So were you? Did anyone make fun of you because of the shoes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So you were unique,
yeah, I was unique.
and was it a conservative thing that you had to wear those shoes? I mean, you didn't want.
She wanted me to make sure my feet and everything were fine, you know. So.
Okay, so she was just trying to. Okay, so it wasn't like a religious conservative thing
No.
where you didn't want to show your ankles.
No.
Okay. Okay, so you're in East Chicago. What else? What's the next thing you remember?
Oh boy. I'll have to
What were Grandma and Grandpa like? You were the first daughter. What do you remember about
I
them when you were a
remember-
young girl?
I remember their bakery. I remember the grocery store. I remember my grandpa with a great big belly and white apron. And,
Tavern.
you know, he had a grocery store too.
Tavern, bakery, and grocery store.
I don't know about tavern. I don't remember the tavern. I remember the bakery. And that was out the back. Wasn't in the same, same building.
And your grandpa, was that Grandma's father or Grandpa's father?
My grandmother's father.
Okay. Who do you remember other than your grandpa from
My
your forebears?
My grandma.
Your grandma, and that was Grandma's grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What were they like?
Very stern, you know.
Were they jovial? Like Grandma was jovial, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
She was stern, but
Yeah.
she was jovial, and she joked around.
And they used to clean house, put newspapers all over the floor to keep it clean, you know, and they had, trying to think if I lived upstairs in one of the buildings, I can't remember which, and because I was, I'm, how many years, let's see, Nancy's 10 years younger than me. So, and Carol is, I think, 7. So I was alone for a while.
You were on your own for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Enterprising family, huh? Everyone's
Yeah.
running a business.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
It's a
You
big
used to
risk.
have a book that people would write their name and, pay for groceries the week later.
Oh, a lot of
stuff
that.
like
A lot
Yeah.
of that stuff. A lot of that credit
Yeah.
stuff. Was that what drew the customers? They weren't big competitors, were they?
No,
It
no.
was all mom and pop. type?
Right, exactly. And I remember down the street, there used to be flowers. It was where you could pop them. What were those flowers? I'm trying to think. They would open up at night, or no, they would close at night, and then during the day they would open.
Not tulips.
No, not tulips, no. And, but they were fun to pop. I remember walking down the street, But then I moved to Black Oak when I think I was about 6 or 7. So, just tell them to call back.
David is taping
Um,
Mama in a conversation. Taping Mama in a conversation to get.
So, how did you get to school? Did you walk?
do?
Walk.
I'm doing all right.
How far was it?
What's the matter?
Not far. I can't remember.
Do you remember some of your kindergarten friends?
not
Or
really.
first, second, third grade?
What the
Or
hell is that in the background?
okay.
No, not really.
Okay. So, what do you remember? What?
We were very family, come home and that was it.
And did you have a lot of relatives, cousins?
Yes.
I had a lot of cousins.
Did you?
But like I said, I was an only child for a long time,
David's taping.
But so the cousins came later.
Yeah, yeah.
What about grandma? She had one
We didn't
sister.
do shit. We
No,
just
she
laid around.
had,
I made gravy and biscuits and that's about it. We ate.
my Aunt Mary, my Uncle
Oh,
Milan, my Aunt Katie, and then
Oh, I
she
don't
had
know if anybody's gonna
stepbrothers.
watch Mama.
So there was a big
I'll let
slew
you
of
know.
kids,
Okay?
Who do you think you're more like,
I'd
grandma or
like to,
grandpa?
but I gotta make sure Mama's there.
Grandma.
Okay, buddy.
Grandpa was very
Thanks for calling.
stern.
Bye-bye.
He loved me, but he
Okay,
didn't like
bye-bye.
Dean at all. Didn't like him at
He
all.
was like that with my dad too.
So
So you think you're more like grandma?
I think I'm more like Grandma.
Okay. In what way?
Because of Dad.
Because of the sternness.
You're
Yeah.
more like who?
My mom, then my dad.
Come on in. And then Aunt Joanne just walked in, and my mom, Nancy, Joanne, and Nancy. Okay, so we talked about earliest memories and where you were born. You were born in your house, in the house, right?
Mhm, right?
And now you're going to school. And okay, so what after that was remarkable? I mean, what's the next thing in your life that you remember? That you remember? It doesn't have to
Moving
be
to Black Oak
Okay.
and hating it. Didn't like it
And why did you guys move?
because Dad had big plans, I guess, wanted more property and stuff like that. That's all the only reason I can think that he did that.
Okay. Well, the steel mills must have been up and going for sure.
Yeah, oh
right?
yeah, he
Yeah.
was a steel worker. Yeah,
Maybe there was more business there too.
yeah.
Okay.
No, he,
You guys can chime in and ask questions.
Just one question. Nancy, you were born in Black Oak. Carol
born
was
in
born in
Black
Black Oak. Joanne was born in Black
I
Oak.
was born in East Chicago at St. Catherine's High.
No. You lived in Black Oak at the time. All three of you girls except MaryAnn lived in the harbor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See what I told you, MaryAnn?
what?
You were the only one that was there. in the
I was the
harbor.
only one born in the house in East Chicago on Evergreen Street.
But everybody else was born after they moved to Black
Black
Oak.
Oak, yeah. Yeah, I know that.
That's what I wanted to.
Okay, do you guys have any childhood questions for her? Any memories you want to?
How about playing?
Didn't play much, like I had told David. We'd come home from school and that would be it. I remember walking down the street and hitting these little flowers. Not snapdragons.
Snapflowers.
Not snapflowers. They would open up during the day and at night they would
Morning
close.
glories.
Morning glories. And I would love to snap those flowers. And
Where'd you go to school?
Franklin.
In
And then we moved to
Chicago?
Black Oak
Where's
Yeah.
Franklin?
in the harbor.
Is it still there?
It may be,
That's in East Chicago.
I said the harbor, East Chicago. That end was called the harbor. It was.
Okay.
And but then, like I said, after Black Oak, things were very stern. Couldn't do nothing.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
go to your first sister was born. Do you remember that?
No,
How old were you when Carol was born?
almost 7, I think.
Do you remember early memories when she was a baby, or do you remember times with the four of you? Did you guys hang out much together, or
We were so far apart.
in age?
Yeah. No, I don't remember much about Carol's birth.
You
I
don't remember Mom nursing her?
Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Why would you ask that?
Because,
You weren't around.
no, but because when Mom nursed you, that's why I never nursed my kids, because I thought it was gross.
I thought it was beautiful.
I never wanted to nurse my kids.
It wasn't fashionable either.
No, it's right.
Bottle babies were
Right.
in vogue.
So you did nurse.
No, I didn't nurse my kids.
Okay.
No.
Anything else before you met Uncle Dean? Anything else in those intervening years?
How
Did
about
you
high
work?
school?
Did you work
High
at any?
school?
Okay, ask.
Who lived on Evergreen Street? And
I did.
Who though? I mean,
Your
Grandpa,
great-grandpa?
great-grandpa, great-grandma.
and was this the one with the big
Bakery.
stone that said Gersovich on it that we wanted to keep?
You wanted
Yeah.
to keep, you
Where
wanted to
I
go,
wanted
you
to
and your
keep-
dad
oh,
went.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you went there and they wouldn't give it to you, they gave you what, a couple
No,
of
they
bricks?
had torn it. They tried to preserve it. They tried to preserve the stone, and it broke.
Oh.
And when they tore down the building, they did try.
Well, who was
Did you
Ger-
take a couple of bricks with you?
Who was Gersovich?
My
Is that-
grandpa. My
Mom's father.
paternal
Okay.
grandpa.
Okay, because I remember that name for sure.
Gersovich happens to be a password that I use on my system all the time.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, all my passwords are such strange things. First of all, my name is unusual,
Yeah.
Djukovic, and then Gersovich is a great password
No,
because
it is a
there's
good one.
absolutely nobody who could ever guess it.
I
Yeah.
used Dwayne, and then
you?
numbers afterwards, different
Well,
versions of Dwayne.
Right now, I have, and on my PC at home forever, on my laptop, my password is Comer2. I'm not sure why or when, but it's been that for years on my laptop. And right now, we have to change our password so often at work.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, really often. That, my passwords vary from, Nancy, MaryAnn, Comer, O'Donnell,
Yeah.
those kinds of things, because you have to change them so often, and they have to be different every 30 days.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now you never went to play on a playground with swings and
Oh,
slides?
yeah. Sure I did.
Okay.
Sure I did. And then I went to Horace Mann High School.
That's still
I
there, right?
went, yeah,
Where is
Horace Mann.
Where is
Yeah,
it?
they try to
It's on
redo it.
Fifth Avenue.
Which section?
Used to be a beautiful,
Used to be a rich.
beautiful school.
Oh, it was in Gary. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A big lagoon in front of it.
You guys were raised Catholic with the
Yes.
with the baptisms and
Oh, of course.
confirmations and all that. What's your confirmation name?
Josephine.
So MaryAnn, Josephine. So MaryAnn is your middle name Ann?
Yeah. No, my first name's MaryAnn.
And what's your middle name?
Josephine.
What's your confirmation name?
I don't think I have one.
Okay.
Maybe it was just Josephine.
Because Joanne doesn't have a middle name. Our Joanne.
No.
Do you have one?
Nope. Because it's Joanne.
So your middle name really is
You
Ann.
went to the dances in Black Oak?
Yes, I did. And I'm trying to think of where I went to grade school. Black Oak School.
Right across the street from the store?
No, Black Oak School was on
Black Oak Road,
Colfax.
Colfax.
Colfax and Black Oak Road.
I don't know where Black Oak Road
Black
is. I
Oak
know
Road is
Colfax.
Old Orchard Drive turns into Black Oak Road.
Yeah.
Or Orchard Drive, not
I don't know.
Orchard.
I don't know. I definitely remember Colfax though. We
Yeah.
lived right down,
Yeah.
right off Colfax.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like I said, Horace Mann, and I was not shunned, but I was,
because of your shoes.
no, because
We were talking about shoes earlier.
it was a rich school, and I came from Black Oak. And I
Oh,
always
really?
felt, like I was beneath the rest of them. But then I joined a club they used to have a couple little clubs, you know, and I joined the Star Club. So then I felt a little better. And
I remember finding an award that you won from school.
Do you?
And yeah, I used to search through the drawers at Mom and Dad's, and there was some kind of award you won. That
I also won. I was in a beauty pageant.
Were you?
Yes. In fact, I think I've got the picture up there.
Excellent, excellent. How old were you?
About 16.
Really? Wow. I remember some great
And
pictures.
the little girl that won was deaf mute.
Really?
Show her the picture. Is that the one you're talking about?
Why don't you put that on
You can
the
put it in front of the video.
Well, yeah, I let him do it.
Is that the one with me in it?
For Queen, yeah.
I don't know.
I know I didn't make it. I didn't
But you're
win.
in it.
Yeah,
Oh, you're on the far right, right?
yeah.
How many were there in the kind of?
I think 6, 7.
Well, there are 7 people. Yeah, you should have won hands down. Which one's the deaf mute?
The one in the middle, I think.
Yeah, the winner, I guess. That's great. Wow. You've seen that?
Well, tell him about
Sure you
it.
have.
Long time.
I think I was about 16. That's all I remember.
But tell him, what was it?
It was a beauty contest in Black Oak,
Okay.
and all these girls tried
Let
out
me see
for
that.
it. And like I said, year would that be?
Great.
My goodness.
So it must have been 47,
40,
huh?
something like that, yeah.
Oh, what about the war? You remember much from the war? No, you were teens.
I know.
What
right?
about blackouts?
We, all I remember is the stars in the window. Gold stars or red star.
And what did those mean?
Gold was dead, red was,
Oh, so if you had someone who died in the war, you put a gold star on your
Yep.
window.
Right.
And red was injured?
red was just being in the
In.
service.
Just
Being
in it.
in it, you know.
Wow. Did you know anyone that was in the service? Any?
Sure, my uncles, in fact, my one uncle came out really, really screwed up.
Two of them.
Tutsa.
Two of them, Tutsa and Stepa.
Well, Steepa wasn't near as bad as,
And they all fought with the Americans, right?
oh yeah.
Obviously. Okay.
But he really came back messed up. And he was a good-looking young man, just very, very sad. His name was Tony, really.
Okay.
They called him Tutsa.
Do you remember much from that era? War-wise?
No, I was probably naive. I remember 1941, December 7th. I remember that we were in church. They had, it was in Black Oak,
American Legion.
American Legion. Church hadn't been built yet. And we came out at the church and there was we have gone to war, you know.
So they had radio back then, for sure. Some of my questions are going to be really
She's not
stupid.
from the cave.
No, I have to, well, because first of all, I forgot all about the war. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to...
Yeah.
Okay, so that was...
I was
that
11.
wasn't like-
I was 11 when that happened.
Okay.
What about, did you ever have banana curls?
Oh yeah, my mother used to wrap my hair
Rags?
in rags.
Me too.
Yeah, and make hot bread on Saturday night. Remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
No.
Go into your apartment and eat hot bread or Vienna
Yeah,
bread
she-
and tear
yeah,
it apart.
She would bake it, bake it every Saturday.
Who would
What'd your
bake?
dad do while you were living there in the harbor?
What did my dad do? Work with steel mills.
And
What do you mean, Ann?
delivered bread. You remember that?
For his father-in-law?
Yeah,
I know he helped in the grocery store, but I know
he
didn't know.
delivered bread, yeah.
Was it true Daddy used to tell stories about how during the Depression he sold silk stockings?
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He used
Sure.
to tell that and I never knew whether that was the truth
He
or a
sold-
story.
He said he walked miles and miles.
He said he did everything
Yeah.
Yeah.
to make money.
Apples, pencils.
You want to sit somewhere else, Mom? You okay?
No, I was just gonna say, Daddy told me that he walked to East Chicago and bought Mom a dress for 39 cents.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
No.
Walk to East Chicago from Black Oak?
Yes. Bought her a dress for 39 cents.
Yeah.
And she sold chickens. And that's how she got her sewing machine. She traded.
And she had cows. And
Yeah.
everything.
Do you remember cows? Did you guys-
Oh, I definitely went. In
Okay,
fact,
so-
they would get away from her.
Where
And-
were the cows?
Across the street from the store.
I remember that.
What store?
In the
Where-
school ground, what is now the school ground.
Or,
Wait a minute, you, that's where you guys moved into that house?
yeah, we moved into, and then they had the store.
Okay, so the house was set back on the land, then they built the store in front, or?
No, they brought it from over from Clark Street or somewhere. They moved the house over to 25th.
You're kidding me.
No, and then when Mary Ann and I were gonna get married, he put it on blocks so we could put the apartment underneath. But that's the original house.
What happened was, what Carol told me the other day was we had a fire. We had a fire in the basement. And she went running in to save somebody, I don't know who.
Who did?
Carol, my sister Carol. And that's when they raised the house, after the fire.
You mean they moved the house?
That's when he did what?
That's when he raised the house, after the fire.
Raised meaning destroyed?
Wrong on
No,
that
no,
one.
no, no, no,
Raised it, not R-A-Z.
not R-I-Z, R-A-I-S-E-D. They put
Blocks under it.
wooden things and they
Right.
took like one at a
Wow, so they
time.
moved the house.
Yeah.
The grandpa built the house, right?
Well, that's the later one. That didn't happen until 57 or 56.
The one added onto the store,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay, so that's a different house.
Yeah, that's a different.
The house I know was not one moved. So they must, so
What?
what happened to the house that came from East Chicago?
That's the one next,
I
not
thought
to me,
that
Chicago,
house was
no.
built in Black
That was
Oak,
built there,
Dean.
Dean.
It was never raised there.
All right.
It wasn't taken from another spot. Daddy built that house.
He built that first house. You weren't even there.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so,
Did you have friends when you were little?
yeah, I had friends.
Dorothy?
Not a whole lot.
Did you have Dorothy?
Yeah, I had Dorothy. And I had
Dorothy
Bernice.
who?
Bernice.
Give last names.
No, no.
Bernice Ankowitz.
Well, Miller
Dorothy
when she was
Savage.
single.
Now, Ankowitz, is that,
You knew her too. I
so were
mean,
these all Yugoslavs?
no,
No, Ankiewicz was
Ankowitz
Polish.
was Polish.
That does sound Polish, okay.
Yeah, Dorothy was.
So most East European.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Wow. And do you remember any of the Serbian, Yugoslavian disagreements? Do you remember any of that? Was any of that ever?
No, but my mother always said, you know, oh, he's a Serb. He's
Well,
a Serb.
I remember going to the picnics,
Uh-huh.
and there was a Serb picnic half a mile away, and they were always separated. And
Yeah,
I didn't know till the Bosnia thing
Yeah.
a few years ago how
How
intense
separated,
it was
yeah,
and how
yeah.
much
Well,
they
that
hated
kinda
it.
Well,
eased
once
up.
again, religion.
Yeah.
It was Catholic versus.
Croatians are Catholic
Croatians are
because
Catholic.
they're right across from Italy, right? They're right across.
Right.
And then the Serbians were Baptist.
Orthodox.
Just kidding.
Christian
Yeah.
Orthodox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of fundamentalists? No.
I don't think
No,
so.
no, no.
Just a different strain.
It's kind of like Greek Orthodox. They don't acknowledge the Pope,
Okay.
which isn't a bad idea, by the way.
Exactly.
Serbs don't
I
acknowledge the
believe that.
Pope? Joanne, the Serbs don't acknowledge the
Oh,
Pope?
no.
No,
No.
it's like the Greek Orthodox.
Or the Russian Orthodox,
Or
eh?
Russian Orthodox, yeah.
I thought they had a head of the church.
They do, but he's
He's not
only
the
called a
Pope.
bishop.
But not a Pope.
Falwell.
He's not a,
Potentate.
infallible.
He's married too, isn't he? I think
I
he's
don't-
Not
married.
infallible.
Not infallible.
None of them are infallible. But
Okay.
so we're pretty far into my life.
What about clothes? Did Mom make your clothes?
Yeah. Not always. Not always. But like I told David, the first thing I remember is her making me wear high shoes. You know, the
High tops.
high tops. Yeah.
And why was that? I mean,
Just to keep my feet straight, I guess.
okay,
I don't
so
know.
it was. I was asking if it was if they didn't want, if Grandma didn't want her ankles revealed, so sort of.
Oh, no,
no.
Okay.
No, support.
Support.
For kids.
Okay.
Support, yeah.
Okay. But she was given some grief
You know
by
how
her.
little
Yeah.
babies used to wear, probably don't anymore, but they used to wear higher top
I
shoes.
do remember
Right.
that. Remember that.
And that's what probably bothered her the most, because little babies wore them.
Perhaps.
Do you have any water, Dan? I'm really thirsty.
You want?
How much you
How about we
had
take a
water?
break?
I had watermelon, that's it.
Back
They'll
on.
talk about toys they had
Yeah.
as kids, and they're maybe, some of them are only 10 years younger than me, or the same age, and I say I can't relate because we didn't have toys.
Yeah.
Toys, we got clothes, we got everything we wanted, but
Yeah, we were never
toys
deprived.
But then again,
You were a good student. Yeah, you could definitely tell that because you know how to play the games and you always have a command of words and yeah, you can tell you're
in
smart.
politics now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you have a very deep.
I'm a very big,
When did you start stuttering?
just now, just now.
Okay.
Oh, that looks wonderful.
Doesn't mean you have to eat it all.
I know.
Okay, we're back on, of course. Okay, so grade school bike.
Who was her first boyfriend?
Oh yeah. Okay, let's go there.
Henry Schlepper.
Henry Slepbridge.
Finish your ice first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off.
Cepper. He was Croatian.
Sepridge. He was Croatian. Wow. Now, could you date beyond Croatians? You could never date a Serb, right? Could you?
I didn't have a lot of boyfriends.
Well, no, but was there any of that kind of pressure?
No.
So there was, okay. So this Serbian-Croatian thing wasn't pervasive?
No.
It wasn't, it was just, okay.
What about Freddie Bulla?
Oh, I liked him.
Who's that?
Now, how old were you with the Sepridge guy and the Freddie Bola?
16, 17.
And how long did you date each of them? And how'd you meet them? High school, obviously?
I met Freddie Bola at my grandpa's grocery store. Freddie Bola.
And what did he do? How'd you meet him?
I don't
Customer
know,
or-
just on the street.
Streetwalker.
Streetwalker.
On the street.
Well, you probably hung out on the street. There was no
Well,
TV.
Right, exactly.
Oh, no kidding.
And I would go see my grandpa,
Well, where'd your grandpa live?
in the harbor, East Chicago.
Well, how would
as
you
Dean
get?
keeps
How would you get there?
calling
You
it.
drove over there with?
Oh yeah, my dad had a car.
What kind of car?
A Ford truck, probably. I think he paid $700 and some for it.
That's a lot of
That
money.
is a lot
Yes,
of
it
Yeah.
was.
That is a lot of money. It must have been brand new, right?
Probably.
Must have been brand new.
But that was the two main boyfriends, and then I met this character over here.
And where'd you meet him?
How about Donald Fink?
Oh, he was just a good friend, very smart friend.
And how
No, I
about
had
that
friends. I
that
had friends in
paisano
high
at the
school.
dances? That
Oh,
you
well, I liked him, but he didn't like me.
Who?
What about the
Yeah.
Stabliches? Did
Yeah.
you spend a lot of time with the Stabliches
Well,
as a
Dorothy,
kid?
like I said, Dorothy, but
And who are the Savages? I know that name.
they
too.
were friends of my mom and dad's. No relatives.
Did Grandma and Grandpa have people over a lot or rarely or
Same people,
Croatians?
Over and over again.
like everybody else does. You know what I
Judy
mean?
Dickey,
No, but they were mostly family. Or?
Oh yeah, family and friends. And
Well, that makes sense. I mean,
Victor.
Victor,
What about the Simatoviches?
didn't see them much.
Okay, but who were they?
They were like
Your Kum and Kuma.
yeah.
And tell David what that means.
Kum and Kuma is godfather and godmother.
The Coom. You heard of the movie?
no.
The Coom?
No,
Well, how do you spell
The
Kuma?
Godfather.
Kuma.
Kuman.
Excuse me.
Is it?
It's Kuma and Kum.
It's probably C-U-M or K-U-M. It could be
K-U-M.
Well, they have some sort of-
K-U-M-A.
Probably K.
They have some supplemental education down in Texas, like maybe it's for the smarter kids, or maybe I don't know what it's for, but it's Kumen or something
Oh
like
really?
that. It may have nothing to do with it. I'm making all this noise.
But I don't think there's K's in Croatian, is there?
There are
Oh,
Ks,
yeah.
definitely. Oh, yeah,
Oh, there
definitely Ks. And a K sound can either be a K sound can either be a C or a K.
Yeah.